What's good, everyone? Friend review. It's about 6:15 right now on a Thursday, so the teams are going to drop in about 10 minutes time. So we'll have a little bit of a live reaction of them on video, which is like the first time I've ever done that. And yeah, as we review round 19 for this week. Also, back in Australia, back in the old hunting ground. So just got back yesterday, which was good from a little trip and everything. And yes, happy to be back, happy to be home. So, as we begin to review this week, again, I haven't watched any football for about the past 4 weeks, not a singular game or anything really, or 3 weeks. So, it'll be good to watch maybe a little bit this week. We'll see. We'll see. So, anyway, we didn't have a good week this week, 2,329. And we dropped a little bit, about 2,000 spots. But we should hopefully climb from here on in because we only had 22 playing this week and one of them dropped to 24. He was a rookie, not a premium or anything, and that was Cooper Harvey. So he kind of let us down a bit. I was expecting a bit more from him, but again, what can you do? So yeah, actually no, we did have 23 this week, actually. Archer May was our worst. So actually no, okay. So he didn't actually count in our scores. Anyway, that's not too bad. And Tom McCarthy went on. But yeah, we should get Rosie back this week. Again, we'll see the teams in a few minutes now. But yeah, Rosie didn't play. Holmes 115 is good. Clark 126 is good. Sorko 98 is all right. Sinclair 120 is good. Sinclair's been bad, but hopefully he starts to turn it back up. Whitfield with the 104 is all right. McCarthy 71 is not too bad, covering for Rosie. And then Bont 126, we did choose to take that. Dacos 169, who was he playing again? It was playing Fremantle, so yeah, I just didn't really look at that one, to be honest, but I guess I should have considered it a bit more. Butters 94 apparently got tagged by, was it Finn McGuinness or someone? I can't exactly remember, but yeah, anyway, he got tagged. 94 is not too bad in the tag. Brayshaw 1-on-1, would have liked a bit more. Hewitt 73, not good, for a guy that I brought in just because he was so consistent to only crack 73, not what you want. And one of his lowest scores for the season, his second lowest score. Only the fourth time he's gone sub 100 this year, so hopefully he has a big few weeks to end the season, but we shall see. And then Neil 85 again just hasn't really been himself this year. 103 average for Lockie Neal is kind of wild to be real. So yeah, hopefully he turns it up over here now. When did I bring him in? I brought him in this week, I think, for the 139, I think. Maybe it was a week after. No, I'm pretty sure it was that week because he was about 560k when I brought him in. Anyway, and she's a 106 also hasn't been himself this year. It really just shows you, depends. Like last year, you kind of knew he was inflated with his scoring. Like he averaged what 120 last year, was the highest priced defender. Just shouldn't have started him because if we didn't, we probably wouldn't have brought him in the whole year. And that was probably the right move. Got to learn for next year. Chera 91 is not that good either. Marshall 90, not that good. And I think maybe these two go up against each other this week, Marshall and Gorn. They do. So we'll see what happens. I mean, Marshall's got a good run to finish the season. North the next week with no Cherry, and then Richmond, Essendon, and then GWS is okay. So yeah, besides this week, for both Gorn and Marshall could be difficult. But yeah, Gorn's got West Coast after that. So that should be nice. So we'll see how all of that goes. And then Bailey Smith, 81, just hasn't really been himself since he came back. But North Melbourne this week is a good matchup. So we're liking that. And yeah, last 3 weeks, not that good. And then, well, that one's round 15. But yeah, since he came back, hasn't been himself really. Hopefully he's warming into it though. But everyone's got him anyway, so it doesn't really matter. McRae, 89 is all right, I guess. It's okay. He's been okay for us. Again, we did choose to hold him. He's been all right for us, I guess. He's been good enough, I would say. Worth the wait. Rankin 97 is okay. Daniel 95 is all right. And Cooper Harvey, like he's what in his second year maybe or something, but like come on. 74, 84, then 24. Like you're joking. You're joking. Like you're having a laugh, aren't you? He's taking the mick out of me, if we're being real. And he still kicked 2 goals. How do you kick 2 goals and score 24? That's probably not even his fault. It's Champion Data's fault. Like that's wild. Kick 2 goals and score 24. He only had 4 touches granted, but still. Wild. Archer May 56. So yeah, he's a consistent, just a guy who you know is going to score 50 or 60 pretty much. So we're happy with him. So he's been good. And who else is there? Simpson could come back this week. Butler's not going to play tonight. And Dawson 88. Bit of a letdown, you would say. But hey, he's got that Port Adelaide matchup this week. He actually only scored 78 on them early in the season. 143 the last year, 94 the year before as well. I don't know if that was when he kicked the goal after the siren or not. That was him, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if that was last year or not, but anyway. So that was that. He's got a good run to end the season as well, West Coast and North. Although Collingwood could be tough. Yeah, Port this week should be a good matchup as well. So we'll see what happens there again. Let's just check the time quickly. So okay, 6:21, 4 minutes till teams drop. So yes. Trades wise this week, again, we got 321K in the bank. So we're gonna splash. We're gonna splash and we're gonna make a trade. Really, we can only trade a forward out because like I could trade like a McCarthy out or a Caleb Smith out, but then I've just got an extra premium on the bench, and there's no point of doing that when I've already got for only four premiums in the forward line. And I can't really do any other DPP with the midfield or flex or anything. I've tried. I can't. So yeah, it's got to be a forward. So it's either going to be pretty much Archer May or Sam Butler. I'd leave Harvey just because he's playing every week, and Simpson's not got the cash on his head. So it would be potentially Archer May. And for him, if we went him, the guy I probably am most thinking of is Brian Myers, who's really only caught my attention recently, but it's just that he's got an easy run to finish the year. Number one, North, Port Adelaide, Essendon, Richmond. Sydney could be tough, especially at the SCG, but we'll see. And also, given the fact that Geelong do need to keep winning, like they haven't solidified a spot or anything. Like you look at the ladder, it is very tight, still at the top. So you wouldn't think they'd rest him. He's played pretty much the full season as well. Pretty durable. So happy with the injury history, or rather lack thereof for the most part. And yeah, so like they're still fighting for a top four spot, all those four teams locked in right there. So they're going to need to keep winning. That's for sure. And yeah, so we're thinking him. Otherwise, some of these guys, honestly, like unfathomable that they're up this high at this point in the season. I mean, this is only 3 round average, not full season average, but like Dan Kitten, his recent games have been wild from looking at the stats. Same as Max Hall. Again, I haven't watched them play really, but yeah, I was thinking well, but the thing is, like he's pretty much locked up the Coleman medal. Like no one's going to take it from him. Like a key forward at this start post at this point in the season is one you could potentially consider. I mean, people are thinking about like Sam Darcy or something like that, but I just wouldn't really go there myself. And like, yeah, you look at the Coleman medal race, he's just gonna run away from it, run away with it easily. He might kick 70 with his draw that he's got, but everyone else is pretty wild to think. It's been a bit of a lackluster year for otherwise. Like, is anyone else even gonna get to 60? Potentially not. There's 5 games left, so maybe some of these guys will get to 60, but yeah, I mean, Jesse Hogan probably would have put up a better fight if he played all the games, but he didn't. He's been very accurate as well. Look at that accuracy. 41 goals, 10 behinds. Crazy. But yeah, with North, Port Adelaide, Richmond. I mean, maybe he could still get to 100 goals if he kicks 10 on some of these teams. Probably not, though. Probably get to maybe low 70s, you would say. So anyway, that's him. Because he was on what, 50? Yeah, 58. He'll probably get to low 70s, you would assume. And then looking at this otherwise, yeah. So we're probably thinking Brian Myers just because of the draw, and I don't know, just because of the draw, it just looks like he's been playing well. I don't know if that had to do with Bailey Smith's absence at all. It probably did to an extent. But again, even since Bailey Smith has been back, he put up 134 and 96. So he did do that against Richmond, which is an easier game, but look, a lot of people are going him. Not a lot, actually. He's definitely a pod, but potentially more people would have gone him if they had the trades, but probably people just didn't. So I think we're just going to go with him and just hope it goes well. Again, some of these other guys are killing it, like Brody Grundy, obviously. Matt Rowell's going crazy for anyone that has him. To think you could have traded him in for 460K a bit ago would have been wild. Yeah, 460 in round 10, and since then he's gone absolutely ballistic. So he would have been nice to have, but again, what can you do? So that's that. And yeah, I think that's the trade we're going to do. Some of these other guys, like, yeah, a Jordan Sweet 200. Who would have expected that? Who would have expected Jordan Sweet to score 200 on Lloyd and Meek? Negative 50 break even. Some of these rucks this time of year going wild. Brody Grundy, Jordan Sweet. I mean, Rowan Marshall had like a 180 game. That was a couple months ago now. But yeah, some of them are going crazy. Griggsy 124 looks like he's back in form. Yeah, Isaac Heaney 197. I feel like this is the time of the season where we do see some absolutely crazy scores. Just because there is some teams that have put in the towel, that know they're not making finals. And some of the teams that are still pushing hard do have players that just go wild. I feel like it was always the back end of the season where you see that. So yeah, this is probably the trade we're gonna do. Just we'll look at teams and everything, like I said, but that's probably what we're going to go with. So they should actually be out right now, 6:26. Let's see if they're on time or not. So we'll go right here. Okay, so we got a few of these guys. Faces up here. Don't really need to know. Well, just need to know about the teams. Oh, Archer May. I'm assuming that's Archer. I think they had another guy with an A May or something. Oh no, maybe I'm thinking of Archer Daywicks or something. I can't exactly remember. Okay, well, I think he got admitted anyway. Okay, these haven't updated. I put in May. Archer May. Yeah, I think he got admitted. So, okay, so I guess good that I'm trading him out anyway. So, yeah, Davidson got admitted. Wow. Again, I haven't been watching recently, but I've just been, yeah, I'm thinking of the start of the season with some of my opinions here. So that is surprising that Davidson got admitted. And legally, it sounds like he's going to go to St. Kilda. That's hopefully a good insight for anyone. But yeah, what else do we have here? Not much. Not much, no. I think that's about it, I would say. Oh, Harvey's out with illness. Oh, of course he is. You know, just me look. And then we got Rosie in, which is good. We needed that one. And anyone else? Bolter. Hmm. Okay. Let's see. Anyone else? No, that seems pretty much all the relevance that there is, I would say. Yeah. What about? No, I was going to say potentially Cooper Simpson, but he's not back, is he? So, yeah, not much we can do there. So we're just going to have the 22 playing this week. No Simpson, but they're all premiums at least. So unless anyone gets injured or hurt in the last few minutes or the first few minutes of the game, we should be okay. So, yeah, I mean, Harvey's out with illness, and who's replacing him? Where is he? He is here. So, look, some of these guys, they're all right. So I don't know. Hopefully, he just comes straight back in next week. But we should be okay for this week at least. Again, we got 4 trades left, so that's more than most. So he should be okay. It's just that we don't have any forward cover. We've got cover everywhere else, but not on the forward line. Who are some rookies potentially that we could have gone this week? Anyone enticing? Pro break evens. Yeah, Tyler Young for some reason has been killing it. That's about it, I would say. No one else really that enticing. Yeah, not really. So, okay, that's all we're gonna do there. And then, yeah, captaincy wise, so no one really too surprising out of the teams. And captaincy wise, so Rosie in a showdown, but coming off an injury, I probably wouldn't go there. Max Holmes against North is good. It's a good matchup. Clark against West Coast is probably a decent matchup as well. What's his recent form against them? Oh, not the best for a captaincy score at least. Zorko. I mean, Zorko in the past has gone well against Brisbane. I'm pretty sure. He likes it when it's a bit nippy. And it is always in this Q clash 160, 138, but only a 95 this year. Sinclair against Melbourne. What's his recent form against them? Not the best. Whitfield against Sydney, probably not. Bontempelli against Essendon. I mean, again, just the form Essendon are in, like how bad it is. You would think you've got to go Bont, at least for a VC on the Friday. And then Dacos. Dacos against Richmond could be all right. He could get a tag, though, by someone, potentially. 147 against them last year. I mean, again, this is the time of year also where your superstars are going to want to win a Brownlow. So, Dacos always has eyes on the prize for that as well. So, could go there potentially. Butters, you could go a Butters, could go a Butters. So, his form against Adelaide has been good. Brayshaw in the Derby. So, let's see. What's his form been like? Yeah, good form as well. Good form as well. Hewitt against Hawthorn tonight probably wouldn't. Neil against Gold Coast probably wouldn't. Sheasel against. Although, did he go big against Gold Coast early in the year? 124. Not massive, but he got good form against them. Sheasel against Geelong. I feel like he went well against them earlier this season. Yeah, 160. Oh no, that was last year. 160 and 159. He does have good form against them, that's for sure. Chera against Hawthorn, probably not. Marshall against Gordon against Marshall, probably not. Myers, definitely not going to captain him. He's got the captaincy on him right now, though. Although, let's check his recent form. 86, 86, 92. Probably not. Bailey Smith, let's check his recent form. This probably would have been back in the Bulldogs days. 91, 135, 87. So probably not. McRae against Melbourne, probably not. Rankin against. Oh, well, let's check McRae's recent form. 106 earlier. Oh no, that's back. Yeah, that's back in his Bulldogs days as well. Wow, long time ago. And then Rankin, we got against Port, probably not. Daniel against Geelong, probably not. And then Dawson against Port, probably not. We checked his form earlier, didn't we? Okay, so I think we're gonna go Bont. We're gonna go relatively safe. So I think we're gonna go here. We're gonna go Bont, and we're gonna go. I reckon Bont and maybe. I don't know. I don't really want to go Dacos just because I think he does better in closer games, and this is probably not going to be a close game. So I don't really want to go him. I think it should be done hopefully anyway after tomorrow, after Bont plays. He should hopefully go well enough. But if not, I'll go a captaincy on Brayshaw just as a backup. I don't know. Should I go a Geelong guy though against North? I feel like they could be good. What's Holmes' recent form against them? 80, 87, 83. Not amazing. But I mean, he's gone up a level this year, so he could be really good now. Not super sure. Not super sure. I think, to be honest, this is okay though. And then we'll just loop with whoever for the captaincy. Just put the captaincy on Harvey after Bontempelli plays, if that needs to be done. Yeah, I would say so. I think I'm happy with that. Oh, there's actually two Friday night games as well. I did not realize that. And why is there two Friday night games as well? Is my next question. It's not even like one's at Optus, like an hour and a half later or something, 30 minutes apart in the same time zone. Not in the same state, but in the same time zone. So that's kind of wild. I don't know what they're doing with that. But yeah, and there's two Saturday night games. So I guess there's only one, yeah, Saturday afternoon game. And there's only two Sunday games, even though with those you can prevent a bit more overlap. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with the fixturing, to be honest, but it is what it is. So yeah. Okay. We hopefully should be okay. 22 premiums playing this week. Hopefully should be all right. We shall see though. So anyway, that's pretty much all I've got for now. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.